Alright, hello everybody. It's going to be my first video that I've ever made, so bear with me. I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm not going to stop, I'm not going to cut, I'm not going to edit. I'm just going to do things. So today we're just going to go over sine law. I'll make a separate video for cosine law. I think it would just be too long to do both of them at once. So let's look at sine law. So here's two different versions of sine law. So in this one, we have the side length of A divided by sine of angle A equals the side length of B divided by the sine of angle B equals the side length of C divided by the sine of angle C. Or, on the other hand, if you just take the reciprocal of all these fractions, you're going to have the angles on the top and the side lengths on the bottom. Now, this way is going to be more useful when you're looking for an angle rather than using this way when you're looking for a side length. Either way, if you choose to use this one and try and find an angle, you'll still be able to solve the equation, of course. But let's just go over a couple problems. So I have circled a couple ones. These are going to be the ones that I'm going to go over real quick. So yeah, let's get to it. So notice how in the first problem it says find AC. Now if you look here, I'm going to name this side AC, and I'm going to name this side B. Why am I naming it B? Well, notice that this is opposite to angle B. Therefore, this is just side length B. Just like, for example, this is C, right? Opposite of angle C is side length C. But we're looking for B. So notice how I have angle A and side length A, and I have angle B, but I don't have side length C. So I can use these two. I can use, let me just circle it. These two pieces of the equation. You're only ever going to be using two of them. Two of the three, and notice how they're all equivalent, so no matter what, you can set two of them equal to each other and it will be true. So let's do this. So B, our unknown angle, divided by the sine of the angle B, 28, is equal to A, which is 15, divided by the sine of angle A. Now notice here we have an unwanted division on B by sine 28, and we want to isolate B, so multiply both sides by sine 28. Alright, now I'm left with B equals 15 sine 28 divided by sine 92. Now if I plug this into my calculator, as long as it's in degree mode, I should get the right answer. Alright, so I'm getting 7.04. They want it to the nearest tenth, so let's do 7.0. 7.0, and it's in yards. Okay, so let's look at another example. So number 4, instead of finding a side, I'm finding an angle, and this is where this version of sine law is a little bit more useful. It will be less steps. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for angle A. That's what the question asked me. I want this angle right here. So what do I have other than that? I have side length A, I have angle B, and side length B. So I can set up my ratio. So let's do the sine of angle A divided by its side length, is equal to the sine of angle B, which is 75, divided by the side length of B, which is 28. Now, notice how we want to isolate a. We want to isolate this variable. So just division by 7. We don't want that. We multiply both sides by 7. Right? So sine a equals 7 sine 75 divided by 28. Okay, now the last step we're going to have to do is there's a sign on a, so we're going to need to move that to the right side. And in order to move it to the right side, you're going to make it sine inverse. So sine inverse of 7 sine 75 divided by 28. Alright, this is what angle A, this is angle A. Angle A is going to be equal to this. So sine inverse of 7 sine 75 divided by 28. And that is going to be 13.97. So I think I'm just going to say 14.0. And this is yards again. Alright. Now, the final problem we're going to do is down here. So this one says solve each triangle, round your answers to the nearest tenth. So we're not looking for one part, we're looking for all the missing pieces of this triangle. So we're looking for little c, little b, and angle C. So the first thing I'm going to find is angle C, because that's going to be the easiest thing. So remember that there's 180 degrees in a triangle. So you have the other two angles. You can find the third angle by doing, so for example, sine C is going to be equal to 180 degrees minus the sum of the other two angles. Right? We're just trying to find the missing angle here. Oh, it's bugging out. Man. What's going on? Control Z. Let's see. Technical difficulties. Like I said, I'm just going to go with the flow. If this thing wants to bug out, it's going to bug out on me. I'll get better as we go. Alright, so 180 minus 34 plus 109. 37 degrees. So angle C is 37 degrees. Alright. Now let's look for B. We're going to use our sine ratio again. So B divided by the sine of angle B is going to be equal to C. No, we don't have C. We're going to do A, 22, divided by the angle of A, which is sine 109. So I'm going to undo that division. Multiply this by sine 34. B equals this, 22 sine 34 times sine of 109. And what is this going to be equal to? 22 sine 34 divided by sine 109. So 13.0. 13.0. This is B. Alright, so final part, I just need to find C. So set up your sine ratio. C divided by the sine of angle C, which is right here. We just found it. 37 is equal to, you can use the same numbers. We can use A divided by the sine of A, angle A, right? So, same idea. Cancel out that sine. 37. I noticed that some people cross multiply in these problems. Don't need to do that. Sine 37. Sine 109. C is equal to this. So, what is C equal to? 22 sine 37 divided by sine 109. So, this is 14.0. Alright. So, we solved three different triangles using sine law. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna leave the link to this PDF file that I found on the internet in the description box, so if you want to print it out and follow along, then it's totally up to you. Or you could just bring out a pencil and paper and just write it down along with me. Other than that, next video will be on cosine law, and yeah, thanks for watching.